Welcome to Augustana. We are delighted that you are here, and we'd like to take this opportunity to get to know you a little bit better.
Excellent.
First question, how do you like to be addressed? Pastor Arne, Pastor Bergland, Arne?
I like Pastor Arne, not Auni, Arne.
Arne, okay. That's good. Okay, Pastor Arne, tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was raised in Minnesota, Winona, Minnesota, as was my wife, Susan, and went to Augsburg College here in the cities, went to Luther Seminary, and then in the clergy draft of 1985, I got sent to Montana, and consequently, I've served in Montana and Iowa and Washington and California.
Wow, so you've been around the block?
I have. I can't keep a job.
Tell us a little bit about your family. You mentioned Susan.
Yes, Susan is a retired elementary public school teacher who makes arguably the best sweet rolls in the world, and she loves to knit.
Okay.
And I have two offspring. Greta is our oldest, and she works at Travail in Robbinsdale.
Okay.
A restaurant in Robbinsdale. And Ingrid works for Pride Institute, a chemical dependency institute here in the Twin Cities area.
So they're both local then.
Well, and that's the reason I, quote unquote, retired, was to move back to Minnesota and be closer to them, because with my work in Montana, we just weren't seeing each other. Yeah.
Oh, well, we're glad you did.
Thank
you. What do you like to do when you're away from Augustana? So any interests or hobbies?
Well, I'm so excited to be back in the Twin Cities and its active theater scene. I love movies. Our new home in North Minneapolis is just blocks away from a bike path. I'm excited about that.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a real hack at guitar, and even worse at banjo, but I'm looking forward to
We'll look forward to hearing some of that.
There you go. So those are some of the things.
Lovely,
Yeah.
lovely. Okay, what is your ministry passion? So what are you passionate about?
Well, I believe a lot about, I think a lot about the grace of God and how we're all called to be one through God's grace in our lives. And so that's been an overarching theme in my ministry for the 30 plus years that I've been a pastor.
Love it. Very good for a Lutheran church too.
There
right?
you go.
What will your role be, so as the interim senior pastor at Augustana?
Well, as I understand interim ministry, it can really be boiled down to two things.
Okay.
One is to share the good news of God's love in Jesus Christ, to proclaim the good news. And the other is to help the congregation to make this transition from a longtime senior pastor to whatever configuration Augustana would like to take in the years ahead. And so I look forward to working with the staff and the council and the call committee in any way that I can, but filling in with all those general pastoral duties that are important in the functioning of a church. And of course, you know, with COVID, church has changed.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? I don't think any of us really know at this point. We're kind of stepping out in the dark, and I look forward to that challenge.
What excites you most about being here at Augustana?
Well, I am so impressed with this as a congregation. The facility obviously is wonderful, but the hospitality I hear about and the generosity that this congregation extends itself beyond its walls to the community, the synod, the world is really impressive.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to learning about how Augustana has done that.
That's great. And how long do you think you'll be here? I know people are wondering that.
I'll be here as long as it takes for the congregation to find and call a senior pastor.
Okay.
So it could be 3 months, 6 months.
But you'll walk with us through that whole process.
I will walk with you through that process.
That's great. That's so comforting. Okay, what's the best way for people to get to know you or contact you?
I think, my office door generally will be open, and that's the best way. Just come on in whenever.
Okay.
I look forward to meeting the good folk of Augustana.
That's great to know. So what is one more thing that you would like us to know about you?
I love chocolate.
Okay, chocolate.
I love going to movies.
Okay.
And especially movie popcorn. So.
I heard that you were a theater major, so I'm guessing that you have a real love for theater.
I do have a real love for theater.
And maybe participate in theater some?
Yeah, exactly. And being closer to my alma mater, I'm looking forward to going to see plays at Augsburg that I used to be a part of. Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
well, welcome. We are delighted you're
Thank
here,
you.
and thank you for sharing with us.
You bet. Thank you.
Okay.